Hi, I'm Darrel Reid. I'm Vice President Policy at Progressive Contractors Association, and I'm here with Paul DeYoung, who's President of the Association. We thought it would be really important to bring our viewers up to speed on Site C, as we know that is one of the biggest infrastructure projects in Canadian history, will have an impact on all British Columbians. And today's an important day because there's a report coming out from the BCUC that could affect the future of this project. So why don't you fill us in a little bit and our viewers in on this important project?
Well, thanks, Darrel. Let's step back a bit and put Site C into context. This is a project that is already underway, well underway, with over 1,000 workers on the project. It's been a project in planning for many years. It's gone through multiple regulatory reviews. It's a project which offers clean energy to over 500,000 British Columbians for decades to come, for generations to come. And really is a marvel of engineering and construction excellence, and I want to talk a little bit about that. The challenge that we have is at this late hour, we have a review of this project.
That's right.
Another review, which could stop it in the
BCUC,
is a review that has been mandated by the new NDP Green Coalition government in British Columbia. And while on first blush something that has the ring of truth, it's looking at is this project going to be done on time and on budget? What is the cost to the ratepayers of BC if it's canceled? That sounds reasonable, but it's missing a couple elements. Mm-hmm. First of all, it's missing the narrative that you have over 1,000 workers and rising having gainful employment on this project for years to come, which means families of British Columbians that are being taken care of because of the work on this project. It also means the benefits to the local community, where different businesses and individuals are working with the project or around the project. And so all of northern BC is benefiting from this project, and so having a review come into play and casting doubt on the project is causing a lot of concern.
And these are really good jobs. These are the kind of jobs that the government of British Columbia is saying is important to them, and now those jobs are all at risk. But Paul, there's also something interesting about this project because the way that it's organized is really unique, at least in the last many years of British Columbia, and that's called open managed sites. Could you explain a little bit to our viewers what open managed sites are?
Well, you've got the first attributes, which are thousands of jobs, benefits to the local economy, but you also have construction innovation. Beginning in places like the oil sands in Alberta, an incredible model has developed over the past 10 to 15 years, which is open managed sites. And open managed sites is a very simple concept. It's a fair and competitive model which allows contractors employing workers across different labor spectrums, whether it's traditional union, non-union, alternative union, to have opportunities on construction projects, and done in a way that's competitive and fair to the project owner. In this case, it's the province of BC, and so whenever you're talking about a provincially funded project, fiscal responsibility comes into play. So this is a project that was done at the best competitive bidding model, giving the most opportunities to British Columbians.
And this hasn't always been the case in British Columbia, has it?
It hasn't. BC Hydro does have a history of restricting access to their major projects to one of the labor providers, which is the building trade unions. A great opportunity for them, but in the modern context, we have many other contractors, workers across the labor spectrums who have tremendous ability and skill, who can work on these projects and do things on time and on budget, as has been done in other jurisdictions over and over again.
And it provides opportunities for all British Columbia workers and not just a select few to do that.
That's exactly right. That's the fairness piece.
Indeed. So Paul, why should our viewers be concerned? Why should they be aware of this major development on Site C?
Well, in particular, we've got the BCUC review, but in the broader context, we have a situation across Canada where we have this almost sense of overregulation. And I think all of our contractors recognize that regulatory approvals is an appropriate part of excellence in construction management and getting projects done. But when you have an overly difficult regulatory passage, and you have, after a project begins, another layer of regulation occur, that becomes problematic because the people on the job, on the project, the workers, the contractors, the different suppliers, their opportunities are called into question. But if you're an investor looking to work in BC in the future, whether it's on Site C or elsewhere, you're going to begin to wonder, because you say if there's going to be late stage or latter stage regulatory approval that has to be done that I can't predict ahead of time, I might not want to put my money into that jurisdiction.
And it's not good if you're saying that BC is open for business. It's not a good message to give to the international
That's right.
environment. So thank you, Paul.
Yeah.
This is great.
Yeah.
We'll look forward to talking to you again.
We'll keep you posted.